Hello, my name is Jupiter Hadley, and today we're playing the game The Wreck. This is the demo that just came out on Steam. It's free to download and play. If you want to check it out, links in the description. It's based on the developer and her daughter getting into a wreck and how it affected their life, which always seems interesting to me, using games and media to deal with traumatic events. As always, if you'd like to check me out, my info is also in the description. Let's get started. I've not been old enough to ever remember a car wreck that I've been in, so this should be interesting for me too. Glad we didn't, wreck on the train crossing, because that would have been really bad. I'm really liking the music, and the sound effects generally, they're really good. Someone dropped a keychain.
Confession. I love crappy romantic comedies. Yeah, it's a cliche. I can't help it. I love them. All those movies have that scene, you know? The girl is at her wit's end. She's been crying her eyes out. Her makeup is running. She looks like a zombie. She's done. Which is when Ryan Gosling knocks on her door to coax her out.
It's a bit of hope.
Ah, shit. That sounds nothing like Ryan Gosling. See, this is the problem with my life in a nutshell. It's not romantic, and it's certainly not a comedy. All right, where am I? What happened?
Voice acting is great.
Yeah, the hospital. I felt woozy, and then really, really hot. And I guess that I fainted. And that's putting it mildly. I'll be alright, though.
Are you sure?
Haha, as if I could be sure of anything. Still, I should probably update my guardian angel. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe there's something I know for sure. If I have to spend one more second lying on this filthy floor, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to vomit. Vomit again, I guess.
Huh, so if you'd let the narrative keep going, it unlocks more
I'm just a
bits.
little nauseous is all. I just had a little bit of a moment. A big moment. But it's over now. Sorry, I ducked out. I'm already feeling much, much better. I can hardly tell her the truth, can I? Most people don't actually want you to be honest with them. Oh, I apologize, Dr. Giagana. I just vomited up my breakfast. I had it all over my chin. It wasn't a good look. It's hardly my fault. I haven't been handling stress very well lately. I guess it depends on what qualifies as lately, If we could take it to mean anything from yesterday to the day I was born, then I'm not lying. Let's just say that it's even more true now.
Yeah, I feel like we should talk to the doctor a bit more.
This isn't about me. I'll be out in just a second.
Didn't unlock something new.
Those weren't here before. Do you think they have any idea where they are?
I'm sure this comes as a shock, but it is crucial that you understand the situation. Your mom had a brain aneurysm. Do you know what that means?
Mom. Funny. I could never get myself to call her mom. She's always been married to me. As I understand it, it's a weakened artery wall?
Correct. And that artery ruptured, which caused a hemorrhage.
That's bad.
It is a serious situation. We need to prepare for whatever happens next very quickly indeed.
I've watched enough Grey's Anatomy to know that this is not good. Serious? What can I do?
Anything related to medical care will be my team's responsibility.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not a doctor.
You are her trusted advocate.
I'm
So
sorry,
you should be
her what
aware.
now?
Do you not remember? This is the reason we called you. We have your name and your number, which means that you signed the release.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Sounds like I have
And
memory
since
issues.
she's not able to express her will, it falls to you to speak on her behalf. But I presume you discussed that when you went through the process. So you must know that there are a number of options to consider.
I don't believe it! She put my name on the form without
Maybe she did
asking
ask,
me.
though, because we're not remembering
She must
well.
have forged my signature. It's hardly a surprise. She's always done that kind of stuff. But I'm not I've had my share of this kind of responsibility, and it didn't turn out well. However, my dear mother doesn't seem to understand. After all we've been through, what makes her think that I can make the right decision? Pitting us against one another at a time like this, that's exactly what my mother would do. I feel trapped, like a fish in a barrel. Oh, come to think of it, I would love that. A 30-second memory, and not a care in the world. Fear me, sharks, for I am the terror of the oceans.
This is a lot of just someone's internal
That reminds
monologue.
me of the nickname I got during swim class in middle school. Sea hag. Haters, all of them.
Just smiling weirdly.
Miss Fortin?
Demange. I went back to my maiden name.
I'm sorry, that wasn't in your file. Listen, I understand that this is all very sudden, but we don't have a lot of time. We need to focus.
We do indeed.
I had a friend who passed away from a brain aneurysm when I was 13. And after she had her aneurysm, she was only around for about 3 months. It was very quick and very, very sad.
I'm sorry, it's just
Yeah.
It's okay. I understand. It's not an easy situation. Our major concern right now is the hemorrhage is spreading. There's the risk of a cerebral vasospasm. That is a complication which could severely affect her brain.
Is she going to die?
We're doing our best to make sure that doesn't happen. But there could be long-term consequences. This sort of event severely impacts the body, and mental functions may also be impaired. I need to know if you and your mother will be able to deal with that sort of complication.
I'm not ready for this. Holy fucking shit. No, it can't be.
Be honest, you can't deal with it.
To be completely frank, if we're able to pull your mother through this, there's only a small chance she'll be like she was before.
Small? How small?
Smaller than that. In all probability, she will never be quite the same. Some people would prefer not to keep living under such circumstances. That rather their medical care were geared more around letting go as gracefully as possible. What I need to know is, what would your mother want?
That's a
I
lot of decision
don't
on
know
one
how to
person.
answer that. Last time she told me she wanted something, it was to be in MoMA.
Excuse me?
MoMA, the museum in New York.
Miss Demange,
Yeah, that doesn't
Wait.
make any sense.
your mother's that Marie Demange? The artist?
Ah, there it is. Works every time. Once people figure out who Marie is, snap! Their whole demeanor changes. They feel like they know her somehow. Of course, they're completely wrong. She takes them in with her dog and pony show, but there's a world of difference between who she is in public and in private. And if this doctor knew Marie, the real her, she would realize how ridiculous her question is. Yeah, the Marie Demange. And I'm her assistant.
Well, I mean, you're
guess.
also her daughter. They know
I
that.
handle the business, the management, the press, so that she can be fully dedicated to her art, you see? Anyway, the other day, I got a call from Centre Pompidou. They want to do a retrospective on her life and work. Can you imagine? The billboards, the crowds, the press, the whole shebang. And I'm like, hell yeah! I hop into my car, I rush over to tell her. I run into the workshop, yelling, and you know what she said? Did you hear from Mama? Ugh. Someone someone had told her they were considering her Self-Portrait 8, a canvas from her latest series. A whole exhibit in Paris, on the other hand, she didn't care. So, that's my mother. Most of the time, I don't know. I have no idea what she wants.
I know what I'm asking isn't easy. I can give you a little time to think.
Like that would change anything.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, having time would work.
Yeah. I suppose I need to think about it. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
It's a very hard decision to make. Running away.
I know
Yep.
what she'd say. But I'm running away again. What did she expect? That I just show up and what? Decide whether she lives or she dies?
I don't think she ever thought she'd be in this situation. That's all.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to make it to the end of the day, let alone... Oh, what the...
Dear. Oh, wow. Looks like I could click on some of these if I was faster, but I wasn't that fast. Wow. Clicked on that. Oh, it's like unlocking a little memory.
I remember. Diane and I found an injured bird in the backyard. It was tiny.
Oh no.
I think it was around the time Marie had set up her new studio in the sunroom. Now that I think of it, that was also my first experience with death.
Oh.
In fact, I also had a really weird dream that night. Something about that day always seemed off. I never figured out why. And why am I thinking about this now?
I don't know, because it was part of death. I'm gonna advance.
Marie told us she'd take care of the birds, so we went back to playing. I never saw it again. And when I asked what happened, she said it just
Your
flew
parent
away.
protecting you from
I was
death.
so relieved.
So we can kind of go back and forth to find words and see more aspects of the story.
Back then, Marie wasn't very well known, but she was hardworking.
Yeah, look at all these
She had
birds.
just started a series on birds, actually. They were all over the house. She considered them a symbol, a postmodern symbol of anti-anthropic levity.
I don't know what that means.
Classic Marie. I think I saw a big shadow moving down the hallway that night. I imagined a monster bird was visiting us. For a long time,
That's
I thought
creepy.
it was just a strange dream. Do you recognize it? This is the mobile that Marie made me before I was born. It's exquisite and delicate.
She really liked birds.
I loved it. And you did too. I think I still have it in a box somewhere. Yeah, Diane was so proud of packing her own suitcase. Her father came to pick her up that afternoon. She spent the weekend with him and her stepsister.
Huh.
I was a bit jealous, but also happy to have some time with my mother. Just us. Now I know for certain that someone was in the backyard that night. And
Yeah?
since Diane was at her father's, it must have been Marie.
Why was she dressed like a
What was
bird?
she doing out there? Maybe
Was she burying the bird?
the nest was high up in the tree, but the wind blew it down.
Feels like a
The
mystery.
bird was obviously young. It was a big fall. It must have been badly hurt. I didn't realize it at the time. Marie was always quite passionate about birds. So I suggested we keep this one as a pet once it got better. I could already imagine it. A beautiful cage tucked in the corner of the studio. She got so mad.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't understand why she reacted like that. But now...
Guess she didn't want to trap the bird? Imagine being able to actually replay memories like this.
Maybe Marie killed the bird. That's what she was doing out there in the middle of the night, burying it in secret. And it might sound strange, but I also understand why.
Are we comparing this bird to what the mom wants? Not to suffer? Bird person. Mobile.
Marie is really an astonishing person, you know? She's usually hard, but also she could be vulnerable sometimes.
Okay.
She couldn't stand seeing the bird injured. She knew it would never recover. It was too weak. I remember she said, not being able to fly, that's no life for a bird. She thought it would be better off dead.
She's probably taken it
could've
to a
just
vet.
abandoned it, let things run their course. But I don't think she did. I think she killed it with her own hands.
It's a very weird
Sounds
sudden
cool, doesn't
realization.
But that's just Marie. That's her outlook on life. She's all or nothing.
Wow, big rewind.
I think... My legs are shaking. Maybe I'm having another turn. I think I need a sugary drink.
Understood.
Do you need anything?
Well, I need more coffee. But if I drink another one, my stomach's going to declare war on the rest of me.
Huh, it's not back
I'm
here.
not ducking out. Not this time. After all, isn't this what Marie wanted?
I don't know.
I just can't speak on my mom's behalf.
Probably shouldn't have signed paperwork then to speak on your
One
mom's
thing's
behalf.
for sure, she's a radical. She's all or nothing. All the time.
I understand. It's hard to contemplate the idea of living with a disability.
It's not that, not at all. If we were talking about me or someone else, I would say it's gonna be fine. You adapt. People do it all the time. They have to. Life's too important. I would say that. She wouldn't. I'm not sure that answers your question.
She certainly comes across as rather forthright.
You don't say.
I've seen her on TV a couple of times. My father loves her. She's an extraordinary artist. In her interviews, she's so impressive, fierce even. It must be quite something to be the daughter of someone so talented.
I've heard this one before. That's a polite way to say, it can't be easy to have a nutcase for a mother. Yes, it's quite an experience. Doctor, do we know why? Why
That's a
this
very good
happened?
question.
We were just having dinner last night. She was fine.
There could be a lot of factors. Family history, hypertension, alcohol consumption.
I did have a pretty severe hangover this morning.
Even past
Okay,
trauma,
but
like a historic head injury.
it's not you.
It's hard to say
Ah.
right now. All right, Miss Demange, I'll give you time to think. Let's speak again in about 2 hours, if that works for you.
That's very
That sounds
soon.
good. Can I see her?
Yes, of course. Let me find out her room number.
Yeah, I guess seeing her would be a good thing
I
to
know
do.
what I have to do, what I should do. It wasn't that long ago that I could write this kind of scene without breaking a sweat. I step into the room, there'll be tubes everywhere, beeping sounds. The audience will know that it's serious. Then I start bawling my eyes out. I collapse on my mom's bed, pouring out snot from my nose. Or maybe I'll be dignified, stony-faced, standing quietly in the corner. Close up on my face. They'll see I'm suffering. Deep inside, a single tear rolls down my cheek. That's exactly how it will happen. Or what should happen. There's just one problem.
Life's not a movie.
I really must. She probably needs me. I don't know why, but I can't open that door.
I have a feeling we're not going to be ready in 2 hours. Very, very, very interesting start. I don't know, it feels like it's going to be quite an emotional journey. If you'd like to check out this game wishlist on Steam so that you can then see the rest of the world and the rest of the game, do so. Thank you very much for watching and liking, commenting, and subscribing. Bye.